Rexin goes down. There's a bit of support coming through from Yeti, I believe, but there's the Malusi caught out by Good Boy, ready and willing to spring. Now there's just a single player on the top. They're swinging onto Logistics from the opposite side of Good Boy. They're able to win out the fight there as Grixer finds MV Taylor at the same time.
Shal takes a lot of damage here as well, and will eventually drop. Suddenly Sandbox, they've lost that 2-minute advantage, and now are a single man down. Of course, Rexin still in the DBNO phase, could still be picked up, but right now not a real gun that is active and fighting for this round. And with that, Sandbox, it's Arakazi and Static. They need to try and clutch this one out. They will be opening up some of these here, just try and provide a bit more pressure, but will it be enough?
Wow, I think by the looks of it, with the downs down below, they just decided to try and throw themselves through the central corridor, down to the main stairs, and obviously the player on the end, the far side of the cap can of Grixer, was able to just tear two of them apart. Even though they'd had the down on the top floor and Good Boy had just cemented a kill, they didn't do the rest of the work, and now it's just 10 seconds. And only one player left. Static caught out before he even entered, and Sandbox, they got a couple of questions.
Yeah, they start SONIQS, they know that that could be very well detrimental at the same time.
Well, they're inside the site. Rexin wants to go for the swing, pulls back, and then gets popped by Good Boy, leading the charge with the Finker. They're going to pop the grenade onto the door so no one can swing around. They decide to tuck tail and head around the corner. MV Taylor finds the jump out of Kansan on the far side of the window. Super's trying to bite his way back in across the top. They're inside the bedroom. They haven't tried to put the kit down as of yet, Sandbox, even with what looks like primary site control. So you are a bit curious as to what they're doing. In fact, no, entirely wrong. It's obviously not CC. The site itself is just still standing. Forgive my mistake. The mistakes are starting to come through here. The pressure of Static swinging slowly towards the bedroom windows. MV Taylor's watching the run out onto the jacuzzi side as they've taken quick control.
Now a slow style coming in here. SONIQS, they try and reposition themselves, hide maybe even if they have the opportunity to, whereas Sandbox is getting themselves in position in many different kind of angles. They want to be striking all at the exact same time, make sure there is no chance to fight back, and especially Super dropping right now from a long angle on MV Taylor. It is going to be a 2-on-5 situation. Grixer looking to retake here on the jacuzzi, is going to be finding a lot of damage, but actually dies himself instead. Yeti stands up right behind the desk, finds one, but Arakaza shuts him down, and that is SONIQS losing their round against Sandbox here, so it's not...
Gets caught. Yeti is still isolated. He's coming up on the side of Lounge underneath. He finds Good Boy, gets the fight. The kit's still cold. It's going to be picked up now. Yeti, he's going for a bit of a retake. He cannot see the man underneath him. Just finds it at the last split second. Gets out of there.
One more smoke canister to play with now on the side of SONIQS if they want to go for a denial. But there's still 60 seconds on the clock. It's looking very unlikely that utility will be the decisive factor here. The guns need to come in clutch. Super sitting on top of the red stairs can hold the window jump, and Yeti close around the doorway. Needs to be careful to not be sprayed down, which exactly he will be. And now it's only up to Super in a 1v3 situation up against the Monty that's currently going for the plant. There is cover from the garage. There's cover onto the balcony, but that one has been removed. 45 seconds though, a 1v2 against the Montaigne with an extended shield. Good luck with that.
It ain't easy. We've seen this in 1 versus 1, so it's even worse than a 2 versus 1. The shield can just be a shield. He doesn't really have to do too much at this point other than cause a problem. You can see Shiles got out of there. He doesn't need to extend either because, well, why does he have to play the fight? The Monty's doing everything to waste time. He's just going to hold onto the rappel, let them have a 1 versus 1 dance and a dabble. No smoke canisters left, nothing Super can really do. Shile gets his first for the game, and Sandbox get their second. About the Sandbox approach, they want to make sure that they meet it head on. Don't allow them to have any territory. Another grenade is about to come up right underneath the feet of nobody. Yeti does a fair bit of damage, but it wasn't enough of a hit or a direct one to take them out of the equation. Arakaza still has a pocket full of grenades, so he's going to step in instead. They're still trying to find the loose ends. Here's another breach. Do they know where he is? It doesn't matter. Super gets one. Kansan gets caught in the drop down the hatch itself. He took the reverse vertical. Super's going to go for the swing onto the breach and should be able to pick up that quite easily.
Will be instantly going back towards the bathroom though, so they will know it's an opportunity to toss a second Selma on there. However, Impact as well, still in pocket of that Maestro. They need to be careful. Good Boy will be able to find Yeti, and that means the push is now on. MV Taylor close around the wall. They're starting to get themselves in the position to start headed towards the side, but as they fall back outside, Grixer's retaken the gym.
Well, there he is, now tucked behind the machinery. The reveal of one either side, the spraying and through. Envy Taylor finds one. Super still inside the bathroom. The ping to the camera. Rexon with a jump out. Does not connect with Shyle. There's Good Boy up from the stairs. And there is a 3-2 for Sandbox.
Starting to get a little bit loud there as well.
There it is, traded off. Good Boy's had a big impact so far, but so has Grixer. Super's taken by Envy Taylor. Yetta gets a quick swing round. He's dropped, but he will get the confirmation. In the meantime, Rexon finds Arakaze, and Rexon finds one more. There's...
I'm quite sure, doubt it. He can definitely go up back through the hallway. I mean, Static is kind of playing his life here. He knows that if they don't come, he can retake the ground and try and go at them as they head for blue. And if they do, he has the opportunity to shut them down. There's just a minute left, though, so SONIQS need to make a decision soon. And whatever decision it will be Static involved one way or another.
Yeah, I meant from the side of SONIQS to see if they would focus and remove that player here. Instead, it seems like they're going to drive towards the side. Static, who actually rotates back round. Envy Taylor, he's still knocking around the top floor. They had the drone. I don't know how much it's being watched. Apparently enough. Finker pops a couple of bullets through the door. There's one close on the right. And, Static's able to win it out. He can't get the second, but Shyle finds one on the site itself. Good Boy locks down Yeti on the drop through the hatch. 20 seconds. Rexon is tucked inside blue. Super is just a bit isolated. Can't quite get the wings of Malusi, but does find Shyle on the end of the long table. One on the far end of Dirt. 17 seconds. Waiting for the last smoke canister to dissipate. Not going to see much beyond it. Rexon hits the floor. Super. Not long on the stairs. They know exactly when that player at the bottom of the stairs makes his movement, and they still can't quite get the lock-in. Caught around the bushes and the tree, but it's Static that gets the opener here onto Cans, and Grix is knocking on the door, and Super suffers. The wrong side of an explosion with Static getting the rest of him. Finds to catch the ring out. Yeti stops the bleeding, but Shyle makes it continue, puts pressure onto the wound as Yeti's trying to find the pressure onto the side itself. Cut through the middle, and suddenly it's falling away. But Rexon now on the door, tucked around with the kit, the ping on the player. They're just trying to pull apart any of the safety of this. That rampant sort of Sandbox game of swinging out towards them. There's Rexon. Followed the kill based on that drone that was still stuck on the stairs since the very beginning. 2 versus 2. SONIQS have done well to be able to drive themselves back into this after it really started to slip through their fingers, but there's still a couple of players, and still the awkward positioning of the kit. Obviously it was dropped outside that split before. You can see with 20 seconds, Yeti's actually going to fall off and go for the grenade underneath. They go a little bit wide. Now that's 10 seconds. It was a good idea, but they didn't quite get the catch. Rexon, he's looking for the fight over the top of red, gets caught out. It's all down to Yeti now. He drives into the first, can't see the second. And Sandbox get the round either way. They are sitting now for the first time. 3 rounds.
They're doing right now. Hatches will be opened up soon by the SONIQS. The first one is already set up with a couple of Excars now headed towards the kitchen. Always a bit careful there because impact nades are a thing. They could be used 4 in total in the hands of Sandbox now.
So they're going to start the chance of the breach here. I think they've just seen that there's no hole for the impact trick directly to come through, but it is there. It is tucked, and it is going to be able to get wrong side. The hatch, yeah, gets popped open. They're going to get that hatch pretty cleanly there, and they'll start their try and pressure to the site. Moto, and it gets popped too. That was always going to be straight. The C4 was a bit straight. Did some damage to Super, and I think took out a drone in the meantime. They have that Valcam directly above it as well, and a lockdown onto Dirt as Kansan starts the pressure onto the kitchen floor.
It's do or die now for the side of the SONIQS. If they want to be making it into the top 3 position, they need to bring it back here. They need to make sure that Sandbox is not allowed to win, but Shao gets the very first onto Rexon. He digs in a little bit deeper, holding Moto. Shao still aggressively below the blue hatch there. They want to shut them down as they drop in.
There's the drop, there's the reveal, all popped on the camera. 40 seconds, Grix is a bit blinded in the corner. He's waiting and holding on for the swing to come his way. They have the man advantage, and they've just seen a second slip through. There's the spray onto the back and a great pick back up. Super finds one onto Good Boy in the same breath. Suddenly the body balance has fallen into the favor of SONIQS. There's another screaming down the corridor. They still have the player above the hatch as well. They're trying to find their way back through Shyle. He knows that the plant might be going down. Tucked on the corner, there's the nook of the reveal. It's a 4 versus 1. Arakaze sees none of it. And SONIQS find the first they need.
to break the mold of Sandbox here to make first down. Kenzen, I don't know how he dropped. I don't know if it's a frost meant to come through, but a C4 blows him up. It is going to be an effective 4-on-3 situation now in favor of Sandbox as they get the confirm.
It was a frost mat. They went for the hop, yet he doubled it over, and that was the removal. The C4 was so scrappy. They were concerned about somebody going for the swing and the confirm here. There's a fight on Static. He's seen, and he just has to move away. It's 40 seconds. And a body comes around either side, sprayed onto the bathroom, forces them out. Didn't really need to take the fight. Grix is able to take care of Static. 30 seconds. There's pressure coming over to the logistics door itself. Some grenades going to do some work underneath. They can't quite find the skin of the player. Arakaze is behind 2 times. 20 seconds now, and Rexon starts to pop open the window as Grixer pops open ahead. It's a 3 versus 2. They have the man advantage once again. They have the time. They have just one more obstacle in front of them, and they find it. Super finds the double drive, finds one more round. Only one separates them from heading to a catch on a player, just hoping they can get lucky. But luck isn't a game that SONIQS want to roll the dice on here. They're still steadily droning ahead every single step of the team ahead of them. They're going to lose one through the hop, through the window. Why risk it when this is the other option? Rexon drove through onto the site via the stock hatch. Super's going to see if he can stick it in the meantime. It's suddenly exploding here for the side of Sandbox. They can't get the diffuser locked down, but they may as well go for the fight. Instead, it's cold. It's swung round. Arakaze with a triple, cannot find the rest. And we're going through overtime.
One long angle being watched here, making sure that there was
this power position. It could be some pressure from underneath the open angles, cause some problems. Good Boy's doing all that he can. Arakaze's going for a bit of a swing. There's Good Boy getting one. Cannot quite find the second, but there's MV Taylor and Arakaze. The cavalry comes through.
We'll be able to get the flank off as well. Yeti and Super, the last men standing. Yeti will find one. Good Boy locked off. But now they need to think about heading towards the site. There's only 30 seconds left. There's not a lot of time, and there's still a lot of ground to cover here. A lot of men to kill as well on the side of Sandbox. And some of them are on these main stairs with a shotgun as well. As it's only up to Yeti, he will be
of the players down in the basement to rotate up, but they haven't really played it. They've trusted those two to keep the site under the lockdown.
Rexon aggressive now, falling back, but he will be caught up by the logistics player. Arakaze will find one. Is he going for 2? Yes, he is! Yeti will be shut down. 5v3, a massive opening here for Sandbox, but we've seen this before on this exact same side. The double opening leading into SONIQS being able to bring it back somehow. 80 seconds on the clock. Kansan trying to go back towards the side will successfully be able to descend these new blue stairs. No one is currently watching it. Drones are still coming out. They're trying to set up that drone network. Grenade to be used to open up that hatch. It's not something we often see that allows MV Taylor to put the pressure onto blue.
That's it. They've got the blue hatch open. Kansan, he's trying to keep just a bit of an arm's length between both sides. He wants to go up, he wants to go down, but he wants this. Maybe a 1 versus 1. In the meantime, Arakaze gets Super onto the side itself. MV Taylor gets the catch on the loose player. Grixer is all that's left. An ace clutch to keep SONIQS in this fight with a chance at a win here against Sandbox. A chance at sending G2 forward. They seem to have a rough idea where he is. That's turning into a solid idea. That's turning into a flawless Sandbox. The dream stays alive. It's dangerous, but it's doable. They take 2 points.
They take 2 very important points in